right, we are at week 3.5-ish. A little bit late doing this, but you can see these guys are really desperate to get potted up. So you can see the cotyledon leaves are crispy and yellow, and they have used, the seedling has used every bit of energy that was in those little embryonic leaves to sustain itself. So now I need to up pot them and start feeding them, and that's what we're going to do today. So I've got some plant food. We're going to dilute it to a seedling level, and I'll look at the back before I do that because I've never used this brand before, but it should be fine. It's very low in the NPK, as you can see, but it does have more of the nitrogen, which is what these little guys need right now. So for soil, what I'm going to do, normally at this stage I would just start using potting mix, but I have a surplus of the seed starting soil, so we are just going to use that because I don't want to hang on to 5 bags until next spring, winter. We are also going to add in some earthworm castings that'll give a little bit of boost as well. And so what I've done in years past is I use these cups, and I would put one plant into each cup. But last year I realized these cups are wider than the solo cups that I up pot to in another, say, 2 to 3 weeks. So I think what I'm going to do this year, and I did end up doing it a little bit last year when I ran out of these cups, the big ones, is I bought these tiny little, kind of like mini solo cups. They're white. They're solid white, and I would just drill some holes in the bottom, and I think I'll do that again this year. And I bought 2 packs of these, so we have about 200 cups, I think, yes. And I may have some left from last year as well. So this is going to be the perfect up potting size for me because I really did not like going so far up in cup size last year. That didn't work out well for me. So this is the plan. I'm going to bring each tray of these seedlings out. I'm going to come down here and look at what variety it is, and I'm going to mark how many germinated, how many I have to up pot. And I'm going to take my Sharpie that I just bought, get out the number of cups I need after I drill the holes in the bottom, or use a soldering iron to put the holes in the bottom, and then we will start the process of up potting these poor little guys. So at this point they've been having sunlight and the fan. Also being out in the wind is helpful, and I do rub the tops, and I had someone really leave a nasty comment about rubbing the tops does absolutely nothing for your plants. I don't care. I love to do it. I love the essential oil a tomato puts off, and you can ask my family. I come through the kitchen all the time rubbing them, and then I'll be sniffing and smelling that smell. I think it makes for stronger stem. I think these guys look great, except for being hungry. They have nice, sturdy stalks. They are very strong, nice, thick, and they've been manipulated. And they've had wind, and they've had fan usage, and they've had me going around rubbing them. So I think it works. I'm not the only one that's ever thought this or done this. I think like most things in life, if you hear something you don't agree with, just delete it. You know, don't do it. Don't listen to it. Take what works, leave the rest behind. But that was kind of a hurtful comment. I don't know. Ever since I got over, I guess 1,000 subscribers, I don't know if I'm on a different algorithm, but I have been getting a few mean comments this week, and it's really deflating. I don't know. It makes you just want to not even do YouTube, right? Or at least not read the comments. But I know that's just the minority because all of you other guys have been great for so long. Thank you guys for being on this journey with me. But I'm just sharing what I do, what works for me. It may not work for everyone. So, all right, let's get started. Share this interesting image with you guys too before I forget. So my oldest daughter is in plant biology in college, and she has a couple books. And I ordered them off Amazon so that she and I could study together. And she just wanted to use the virtual books that come with the class. But I'm like, no, we really need the real books. Because I need them. Anyways, I thought this was a great diagram of the seed which is the darker. Try not to look at my hands, guys. I have been doing mulch all day, and my hands are just permanently stained, and they look horrible. I've got dirt under my nails. It's just not funny. But anyways, sorry to add all that extra info. You can see the cotyledon leaves there on the right that are folded and pointing down. And you can see how when the seed starts to germinate, the conditions are right, either with heat, temperature, sun, it pushes upward and cracks that shell open, and you can see the two can't talk today. The two baby embryonic leaves, the cotyledons there, that push up and then open. And then here's another example over on this side too, where it talks about the different types of plants. I think this one is the dicot that has the two leaves that come out. And then something like a pea or an onion is the monocot that just has the cotyledons that stay underground. And then these are above ground. Just very interesting. I like looking at books like this. Okay, back to up potting. Here we go. This container has Big Daddy, which is a hybrid, and I counted 13. So that was really good germination. I did not write down how many I planted, but just looking by how the placement of the seedlings are, I would say quite possibly all, but maybe one germinated. So I would say that's excellent. So let's move on to the next guy here, which is, oh, this is the Granny Cantrell. Remember, these seeds are pretty old. I'm going to say that looks like really good germination as well. So let me count these and see how many we have. 24 of the Granny Cantrell. So that's a lot of plants. That's definitely one I'm going to put in the plant sale and or donate at the food pantry. I thought this was such a cool perspective. I mean, it's like you're walking through the forest and there's all these trees up ahead getting ready to walk through, but it's actually tomato seedlings. But look at how beautiful the little hairs on the stems look with the light behind them. These guys are just so cool. Love tomatoes. So here's something I'm finding extremely interesting. If you notice, okay, this is black creme. It is the only set of seedlings here in this tray that has not changed color. The cotyledon leaves have not changed color. So I find that to be very interesting. I'm really curious to see how well this grows in the garden, if it's going to be very strong and vigorous. Very, very interesting though. Just tallied up the number. So can y'all guess how many babies are in this tray? I was surprised at the number. It's exactly 100. So I'm going to use exactly 100 of these cups to up pot this tray of tomato seedlings. And I'm going to get started with that. I'm going to go ahead and get the holes in here. And then what I'll do is I'll just write the name of each variety as I'm up potting it. I'll do container by container. And then the name will be actually on the cup so that when it's time to up pot again in say 2 to 3 weeks, I'll just be able to write on the red solo cup is what I'll up pot them into, the same name that's on this little white cup. So I think this process is going to be pretty smooth, and I will be able to save these and reuse them again next year because I know I have some outside that are still in great condition. I just need to clean them up and we can reuse those as well. This tray has already been up potted, and I would say I did that probably a week ago. And you can see that they've already put on quite a bit of growth. And when I planted them, when I up potted them, I buried them pretty deep, like to the leaves basically. So some of these guys have really put on some growth, and they're looking good. They are looking very, very nutrient deficient though. They're hungry. You can see by the color of the leaves how they're kind of getting that pale yellow color. So we are going to go ahead. They will be the first ones to get fed today. The pineapple, even though it looks hungry, is looking really nice. 3 of these containers are Super Sweet 100. I have one container here. This is a 10 cell little tray. from Cilia Seeds. One of pineapple, and then what is that one? Moon Glow at the back. Okay, so I'm going to get them some food mixed up, give them the worm casting here in just 1 second. This is a brand new bag of worm casting. Just opened it. It's never been outside, so it's fine, I think, to be in the house. I'm just going to scoop and start putting a little in each little pocket. I mean, this really doesn't even have any odor at all. I don't know if y'all saw that video where I unboxed these silly seedling trays. I do like them, but I will say, to kind of go back on the review slightly, is that I do wish, one thing that bugs me is that it doesn't fit. Like, I had this open gap here. It should be made so that there's no empty space. So that part does kind of bug me a little bit. I do wish maybe they were smaller and you could fit one more set. It looks like we had a bonus volunteer, well, not volunteer, just a bonus late germinator. There must have been another seed right next to this one, and you can see I've got another plant. So I will take him out and get him into his own little cup before I take these guys outside. I've got the worm castings in here. I am gonna mix up that fertilizer, let them have their outdoor sun time for the day, and then we're gonna fertilize them. Okay, so the fertilizer is 2 tablespoons per 32 ounces of water. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon to start this week, just to be on the safe side. I don't wanna overdo it too much too soon with these little guys. And then next week we might bump up slightly or not. We'll see how things go. I think I'll give about a teaspoon each, slightly under a teaspoon. These guys are really well watered right now, and I want them to dry out a bit. So that is why I am not doing this any other way than just directly applying on top. But if I was watering, I would be bottom watering. And here's another tray. This is this container has all of the Artisan Blush, and they look beautiful. I think that I'm really gonna like the foliage on this one because it looks like it's gonna be a little funky. And then these must be Geranium Kiss because they're so cute and stubby. These are adorable plants to begin with. And then what are these? Indigo Rose. So you can see how beautiful and dark the foliage is on this variety, and that's just natural for that. All right, let's look at a couple more. Here we have some of the peppers. I've got the Jimmy Nardello right here. Oops, let's see, the camera's acting funny. And we have Shishito, and then we have the Poblano. Nice, beautiful assortment of peppers here. Here we have the tray of all of those that absolutely refused to germinate for me this year. I think I'm about ready to give up on them, and that's a shame. The soil is definitely moist. I had the dome here with my plastic wrap, and they had heat. Really not sure what happened. Maybe that's just how it goes sometimes. And here are a few of the flowers. These are pansies. This is the wave pansy. It's supposed to be a beautiful purple. And then I have just a couple of the coleus that we planted come up here. And then this one never even germinated. This was a different variety of coleus. I have to restart with that one. Here the Carolina Wonder eventually germinated. Very kind of old seeds, maybe 3 or 4 years old, but I expected better germination. But I'll take these two, that's fine. And here is the last tray. Most of these will be for my own personal use. So I will be using these trays to up pot some of these guys. So it looks like I'm gonna have this year only 5 eggplants. No, that's not an eggplant, that's glacier tomato. 4 eggplants in this one. Nadia. Now I know I had another eggplant somewhere. Do you see it, guys? Is this an eggplant? Bianca, yes. Okay, so I've got 8 eggplants total. What is this? Oh, okay, that's that tomato I wanted to try. Legend. That's the dwarf. These, I think, are my... Okay, so this is sweet sunset pepper. Those are just for me. I've got the Poblano experiment here. These are the ones from Botanical Interest versus these guys that are from 50-cent Walmart pack. These are some Gonfrinas that are looking extremely beautiful and well. There's some basils in here. These guys look a little wonky. Let's see. Amish paste. They need to get potted up, and it looks like they've got some sunburn damage. This one does right here. So I need to take care of these guys. But these guys look beautiful. The Tiny Tim. Look at that. He's so cute. Cute, cute, cute. And this one's called New Big Dwarf. That one looks beautiful as well. And then this is looking really, really nice. Queen of the Night. Maybe slightly leggy, but I really wouldn't call this super leggy. Little bit, not super. Overall, everyone's looking great. I'm going to be busy for days potting up. I'll just do a little at a time as I'm sitting at the table watching TV. My husband would prefer me to do this outside. We'll see. I just have to get it done when I can get it done. But it's going to be exciting tomato and pepper year. A little disappointed I won't have as many peppers as I had hoped, but at least we'll have a lot of nice tomatoes to choose from. All right, guys, I hope you're having a great gardening week. Put your comments, questions below, and share with me, how are your seedlings doing right now? Are they at a different stage? Are you farther along? Are you a little bit behind due to your zone? Let me know, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.